Hello friends, welcome. I am Dr. Swati Zhodpe and today I am going to deliver the topic pollution. Now pollution, we all are concerned about the pollution which is a worldwide problem in our day-to-day life. We all are facing this problem of pollution. So the action of making something impure and often unsafe or unsuitable for the use or the state of being polluted is called as the pollution. On the basis of the sources which is to be affected by the human activity, that pollution it is classified accordingly: water, air, noise, thermal, soil, radioactive, and in today's life most common is the e-waste pollution. Now we are turned towards the water pollution. That water pollution, it is a type of pollution that involves the contamination of water bodies. Various aquatic creatures depend on these water bodies and its natural nutrients which supports the life of that water creature. So what are the causes of that water pollution? That water pollution, it is caused because of the dumping of industrial waste into the water bodies. Agricultural waste include insecticide, pesticides, ripening chemicals, and that are used on the plants run into the groundwater system or nearby systems. Afterwards, eutrophication is one of the leading problem which blocks the sunlight from entering inside and reduces the oxygen values in the water. Oil spill is one of the important reason where the damage to the ocean, as oil is lighter than water, it floats on water forming a layer and blocking the sunlight to reach into the water bodies, as well as some of the natural disasters like flash floods and the hurricanes. These are the main reasons which cause the intermixing of water with harmful substances. So what are the possible remedies to overcome the difficulty of water pollution? That not to dump the contaminants into the water bodies. Water treatment plants should be constructed with innovative techniques. Proper disposal of water so that it should not dump into the water reservoir, and the public awareness is one of the important aspect in controlling the water pollution. Now second one is the air pollution. The contaminants of the air present in the atmosphere is known as the air pollution, because when the air it gets contaminated with the poisonous gases which is coming from the various sources, it causes the air pollution. So that air pollution, it is mainly because of the combusted exhaust gases that are released from the internal combustion of engines and poisonous gases into the atmosphere. Whereas some other gases like sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, which mix with the air and the clouds, and finally they are resulting into the formation of acid rain. So we all are known about the composition of air, which is consisting of 78% of the nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, 0.9% of oxide gases, and 0.1% of inert gases. And when that air it gets affected with the poisonous gases, or it mixes with the poisonous gases, resulting into the air pollution. So what are the possible remedy to overcome the difficulty of air pollution? We use the battery of use battery bikes, catalytic converters in vehicles, use of transport vehicle instead of our own, because air pollution is much more fatal to living things, as almost all living beings respire directly from the atmosphere without undergoing any treatment like water. So these are the possible remedies to overcome this difficulty. Next one is the noise pollution. We are not concerning with the noise pollution because whatever the noise it is created, or there are different qualities of sound, and that sound which are not pleasant to hear, it is called as the noise. And so an excess of noise in the outdoor leads to the noise pollution. So rail, road, air traffic, industrial machines, constructions area, mining, public celebrations, DJ, loud music, all these are the possible reasons for the cause of noise pollution. So afterwards we are going to discuss about the thermal pollution, rise in the temperature in the ecosystem due to the release of excessive heat energy into the environment by an artificial method or the natural disaster is called as the thermal pollution. Now thermal pollution, it is because of the manufacturing industries release a lot of heat energy which gets transferred into the air and finally into the water bodies. Afterwards vehicle combustion, because engine releases a lot of heat energy as they require high temperature for their functioning. Thermal pollution result into the rise in the main cause for melting the polar ice caps, which is in turn leading to rise in the water level. Finally increase significantly since 1800, resulting into a hotter earth. Now soil pollution, stripping of soil of its natural fertility by using artificial chemicals like pesticides, insecticides, ripening agents, etc. They are the possible reasons for the soil pollution. Now plants depends on the nitrogenous compounds present in the soil for their nutrition, and when we release the insecticides or pesticides or other any artificial chemical, that absorbs the nitrogen from the soil, making it unfit for the growth of the plants. So industrial and urban waste, chemicals, plastics, waste paper, rubber, they dumped on the land. Finally they get accumulate in the soil and they pollute the soil. In industrial area, heavy metals and non-biodegradable harmful substances are the major sources of soil as well as the water pollution. So what is the remedy to overcome this difficulty? Not to throw the garbage and the agricultural and industrial waste into the water ultimately, because it accumulates in the soil. Because of the destruction of the soil microflora, it also affects the soil fertility. Now next one is the radioactive pollution. What is meant by radioactive pollution? The pollution that can occur either by dumping of radioactive waste from the nuclear power plant into the water bodies, damage of nuclear reactors leading to the radioactive contamination, and that would last for many years and many more years. So radioactive metal is one of the cause of radioactive pollution, which releasing dangerous beta rays into the air. It also caused by the attack of nuclear bomb on any country. And one problem we are knowing, one of the example is Hiroshima and Nagasaki nuclear bomb in Japan. Radiations are cause considerable harm to humans and other living beings. Heavy exposure to nuclear weapons or accidental exposure to nuclear material cause hazardous effect on the health of the people. And so it happens in the past as a chemobell. So a remedy is the instances of accidental exposure can be prevented by taking sufficient precautions like keeping the public and staff safe from exposure to radiations at all concentrated sources of radiations like nuclear power plant. Now resulting or finally all this pollution lead to the formation of ozone depletion, and because there is a development of ozone hole. So ozone is the naturally present in a stratospheric region. As the ozone absorbs UV radiations, this harmful radiation does not reach to the Earth's atmosphere. Chlorofluorocarbon are one of the gas from greenhouse, and they react with the ozone molecule, resulting into the thinning of the ozone layer. So that ultraviolet rays penetrate through the reduced ozone layer and damage the aquatic and the terrestrial life. It may lead to the cancer like skin. So these harmful rays of the sun are directly falling on the earth, and they are very dangerous for the humans and all other living beings, including animals and plants also. So the main resultant of this pollution is the global warming. That means the proportion of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has been increasing, and with the increase in the atmospheric carbon dioxide and other gases, heat is trapped by the atmosphere and increase in the average global temperature, resulting into the intensified greenhouse effect, what we called it as the global warming. So, rise in average global temperature may lead to climatic pattern affecting the crop production, disturbing wildlife distribution, melting glaciers, rising the sea level, and so it finally seriously affect the people all over the world. And one of the most important problem we are facing today is the e-waste pollution, because this is the era of e-technology. So electronic waste or e-waste is any unbroken or unwanted electrical or electronic appliances including computers, entertainment electronics, smartphones and other items that has been discarded by their original users. What are the causes of developing the e-waste pollution? Very first is the rapid technology change in the media, falling prices in the electronic devices, low initial cost, high obsolescence rate have resulted in a fast growing problem around the globe. So crisis born from the toxin ingredients posing a threat to the occupational health as well as the environment. So what is the environmental impact of this e-waste? Whatever the mercury, which is a heavy metal found in fluorescent tube, it causes impact on animals including the death, reduced fertility, slower the growth rate and the development. Health effect associated with the sulfur include liver, heart, kidney damage, eye and throat irritation. Adverse effect of lead which are present in the batteries, exposure to that lead includes impaired cognitive functions, behavioral disturbances. There is some of the evidences that DNA breaks which can increases the likelihood of the developing cancer. So in and all, effect of pollution on health. What type of effect? It is shown by air pollution, as we are directly inhale the air, resulting into the respiratory diseases, particularly the tuberculosis. Vehicle pollution, it resulting into the allergies, eye irritation and nausea. Whereas radiation pollution, it includes the severe disability, death. Noise pollution, hearing loss, stress, high blood pressure, sleep loss, distraction and loss of productivity. Soil pollution resulting into the reproductive defects, diabetes, cancer, reducing body resistance to fight diseases. And finally, e-waste pollution leads to the reduced fertility, slower the growth and development rate, heart, kidney and liver damages and also the eye and throat irritation. So, there are some laws related to pollution control, and this is the need of day to control the pollution problem. And in controlling that pollution problem, what is the role of citizen? Individual and groups can contribute much towards the pollution control. We must confirm that our representative, it should be in the Gram Panchayat or municipality, to take up the issues related to the pollution. Groups can act on their own to avoid the pollution from day-to-day activities. Our role, being a human being, our role is to take a step towards the tree plantation, water conservation, conserve the wildlife, avoid the use of plastics, limited use of vehicles, no vehicle day once in a month, use of less decibel sound for DJ systems. So these are the main role which is played by the human being in controlling the pollution. So save environment, save earth, stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.